Capricorn, welcome to the Renaissance Tarot. Welcome to your reading for the month of November 2025. Dear Capricorn, I'm your funny and your most favorite Armenian guy, here to serve and to slay. So today, dear Capricorn, I'm going to be doing your reading, in which I'm going to be taking a look at your recent past, present, and future. The main challenge for you, I'm going to clarify all the cards for you and get some final advice, and we'll close out with an oracle card for the month of November. I was almost gonna say October, but it's just November came fast, right? So hopefully you're doing well, dear Capricorn. I'm sending you so much love. And I was meditating before, and I was doing some breath work before I came into your reading. I know that November is going to be a little bit challenging because we are going into the Mercury retrograde. We're already in the pre-shadow. The whole month is going to be quite challenging. So we're going to see what is it that you need to know. What are the important messages for you? Capricorn. And I'm son of a Capricorn and son of a Taurus. Okay. So the challenge for the month of November, dear Capricorn, is the Ace of Swords. And what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck, you have the Hermit, followed by the Eight of Wands, the Nine of Wands, and the Three of Cups. Okay, so it looks like there is an anticipation of some sort of communication coming in for you, okay, or some sort of truth being revealed. Ace of Swords here is about clarity. And because the month of November is going to be the month of Mercury retrograde, it's the last Mercury retrograde we're having this year before we close 2025, there is going to be a lot of questions that you're going to have on your mind. There is going to be maybe a line of communication that's going to open up for you. I do see here in the present moment you showing up as the King of Pentacles with a beautiful mustache. You don't have to have a mustache, especially if you're female. But this is about you really getting clear on what you want, okay? There is a lot of answers that are going to be coming into you. And I think that there is an initiation of some sort of communication. We're going to talk about this shortly when we clarify. Okay? In the recent past, you have the Three of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, and the Page of Swords. In the recent past, I do strongly feel like here that someone here made an offer to you. There was definitely a love offer that came into your way. Connection, communication. I do see here you building something with someone. A lot of love between you and this person. Communication might have been one of the biggest things for you in this connection, and maybe there was something that someone said or did that made you question a lot of things. That's what I'm picking up on when I look into the Page of Swords. We're going to clarify this shortly. In the present moment, Capricorn, and what's coming up for you in the month of November, of course, you have the Knight of Swords, the Justice, and the King of Pentacles. You're determined to find out the truth, okay? So this is about you bringing things into balance and being very fair. You being a Capricorn, you move with agency, with morals and values. So you want to make sure that everything is done on a fair basis. Somebody here could be wanting to head towards your way and communicate something. There is an energy headed towards your way. There could be clarification coming in that you're going to need to know. We're going to talk about this shortly. In the near future, you have the Hierophant, the Ten of Wands, and the King of Cups. In the near future, I do strongly feel like here that for many of you, there is going to be a big question of whether you're going to commit to somebody or not, or someone is going to commit to you. In the recent past, one of the struggles that's being reflected in the month of November is that somebody here maybe thought that commitment to you was a heavy burden. Maybe they were not willing to do that. So you're going to make a decision here, and you gotta, because you're very caring and you're very nurturing and dedicated. The most important thing here for you is to really recognize and to realize if you want to commit to this person, are you doing this just because you're sacrificing yourself, or is this person also meeting you where you want them to be in, where you want them to meet you halfway? Okay, so you have the Hermit at the bottom of the deck, Capricorn. Okay, so a lot of you, I think, might have been in isolation, but even though you might be separated from each other, there might be a moment of silence that's been going on for a long time. There is communication coming in towards your way with the Eight of Wands. And there is a potential reconciliation with the Three of Cups that could be on the horizon. However, I'm going to be honest with you, even though the cards, that's what it's telling me. My intuition is telling me that first, the month of November is going to be, the entire month is going to be communication back and forth. Okay, a lot of things clarifying before even you could decide to reconcile with this person. So let's get into your reading and let's clarify everything for you. So dear Capricorn, now I'm going to clarify the main challenge, which is the Eight of Swords. Capricorn. So the Ace of Swords Capricorn is clarified by the Empress, the Ace of Pentacles, and the King of Cups. Some of you are dealing with water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Another earth sign could be another Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, okay, or any other sign. I do strongly feel like here that for a lot of you, there is going to be a conversation about having a brand new beginning with you, with the Ace of Pentacles and the King of Cups. Someone here could be wanting to open up to you emotionally and make an offer to you. That's something that you're going to want to pay attention to. Could be dealing, I'm getting here strong Taurus energy here as well. Whoever this person is, dear Capricorn, they're coming with this energy and with this intention of wanting to nurture this relationship, to take care of you, to take this connection to the next level. I also see here the Chariot at the bottom of the deck, Cancerian energy. And when I say those signs, it could be any of these, they could have any of those signs in their placement. So Capricorn, there is a decision. And I think that you have struggled. You have asked yourself, does this person really love me? Did they truly love me? Why are they coming back? Or why is this energy around me? Why is this person's energy constantly lingering around me? And finally, when that conversation happens, when that situation comes in, when the truth gets revealed for you, Capricorn, someone here is going to reveal something to you that you either suspected, some of you maybe didn't even know that that's something that might have been coming towards your way. And that's going to lead to you considering whether you want to have a brand new beginning with this person or not. I know the Seven of Swords hasn't come out yet, but I'm also seeing here Seven of Swords, which might indicate that maybe for some of you there was some sort of lies and deception between you and this person that, kind of makes you to hesitate, right? As a Capricorn, you're all about agency, truth, and integrity. Now, in the recent past, Capricorn, the Three of Pentacles, let's talk about that. In the recent past, I do see here you and this person building something together. Nine of Wands, Eight of Pentacles, and the Two of Wands. Yeah, this is literally the card of a building something, investment, investing into the connection here. I do see here that, you and this person might have been either in a long distance situation or cultural differences here, right? You can see the Two of Wands is holding the globe in their hand. So that might talk about diversity here. Doesn't have to be. You might be someone that you also live where there is a lot of green trees, green area, or maybe body of water. Nonetheless, I do feel like that in the recent past, you might have come out of a very tumultuous and a toxic and a damaging relationship before. And when you met this person, you felt like that there was an instant connection and you started like really getting into this connection and working things out. That's something that's not very typical of you, Capricorn. You don't rush into, relationships ever. I'm not saying you're rushed into it, but you felt an instant connection when this person made an offer to you, not a gender specific right here. You felt this connection and you went for it. So let's talk about the Page of Cups here for you in the recent past, dear Capricorn. So in the recent past, the Page of Cups is clarified by the Magician, the Four of Cups, and the King of Wands. You could have dealt with the Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius as well. Definitely an offer coming in. Like I said, this was something that was manifested. Either this person set an intention to manifest a soulmate or a lover or a partner, and they met you and they made an offer to you, right? I feel like for some of you, maybe kind of rejected. With the Four of Cups here, at first you were not so confident. You might have even said no to this person, or you were not very sure, like, is this gonna go towards marriage or not? You did explore the connection, you did give it a chance, but you can see a lot of you were kind of like, really still contemplating if this was the type of love with the Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck that could potentially lead to marriage and family. Those are the marriage cards in tarot, right? So you can see there is a Ten of Cups, the Four of Wands here. A lot of you were questioning that as well. Let's talk about the Page of Swords here. I do feel like here there might have been some sort of an argument that might have happened into this connection that created the breakup. Page of Swords is someone that says things but doesn't necessarily do things. They don't necessarily do things. So someone here might have been just kind of making promises or saying things or talking things. So the Page of Swords is clarified by the Four of Swords, the Hierophant, and the Emperor, okay? Aries energy here and Taurus energy, very strong, by the way. I feel like that for many of you, there was a disconnection, okay? All of a sudden, you and this person stopped talking to each other with the Four of Swords. It's kind of a no contact situation. And I think the biggest hurdle for you and this person was the level of commitment. What you anticipated, what you wanted with this person. It doesn't seem this person physically, in a very tangible way, was actually invested into the connection of taking it towards marriage. There was a lot of talk and conversation going on about it, but I don't think that necessarily being the case in the physical form. In the present moment and what's coming up for you in the month of November, dear Capricorn, you have the Knight of Swords, the Justice, and the King of Pentacles. Okay, so you are going to be standing at a very important point in the month of November where you're going to have to make a very important decision. Some of you are really thinking about taking some sort of action here. You would want to settle down with this person, but something needs to come into balance with the Justice here. Some sort of karma, something has to be cleared out. Now, out of nowhere, I do feel like here there is an energy of this person's energy specifically coming in towards your way with the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords is clarified by the Knight of Swords, the King of Pentacles, and the Strength, okay? The story is here. The cards are in front of you. I always move with integrity and honesty. Nobody can make this up, okay? You see the Strength card here, which is always showing up in your readings, and talks about Leo, and then the King of Pentacles, Capricorn, and the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is the exact energy that I was channeling when I said that someone here is going to be heading towards your way and want to talk to you in the month of November, okay? King of Pentacles, this is the original tarot deck, is right here in front of you, as you can see. So at the same time, by the way, it's the hottest king for me. I love the King of Pentacles a lot because there is a lot of stability within the King of Pentacles, okay? I like all the other kings too, but I think the King of Pentacles is really cool. So, yeah, communication, right? You have the Strength, the King of Pentacles, not a joke, not a secret, not a surprise. So let's talk about the Justice, what's going to happen between the two of you in the month of November. What is it that you need to know specifically? The Justice here, dear Capricorn, is clarified by the Hanged Man, the Six of Cups, and the Four of Wands. The month of November is the month of the past also. I mean, the Mercury retrograde that's going to happen. So you can anticipate and expect somebody coming up and showing up from the past for you and towards you. With the Six of Cups, this is a re-emerging of a past life lover or past lover, right? Somebody that you already know. Because the Six of Cups is a very spiritual card and indicates the connection between you and the person from the past and them showing up towards you. And the conversation here that's going to happen between you and this person is going to be surrounded commitment and relationship and marriage. Now, as you know, it doesn't mean exactly like, oh, we're just going to get married. But, this person is coming around because there is an unfinished business and conversation in regards to commitment that, was successful in the past. And there is a desire here and an intention here to see the situation from a different perspective, right? The Hanged Man here hanging upside down, right? It talks about seeing the situation from a different perspective. Maybe it's a very non-conventional way. Maybe there is age differences. Maybe it's a same-sex situation. There is maybe a lot of factors, dear Capricorn. And I think that, you being somebody that you may be perceived very rigid by a lot of people, but I think you are very adaptable and flexible. And, I think with the right intentions, morals, and values, you are able to conform and compromise and make the necessary changes that needs to be made in general in a relationship as well. So for a lot of you, I think this person is coming in, and what's going to happen for you in the month of November is having this readaptation period, okay, to see where it's going to go. And here you are, Capricorn, in the month of November, sitting there wanting to make a decision about your stability, thinking about your stability, your home, your business, your money, your relationship. It's like everything is coming in front of you, showing up in front of you all at once, and you have important decisions to make. So the King of Pentacles is clarified by the Hermit, the Six of Pentacles, and the Ace of Swords. Capricorn, the most important thing for you here, I think it's one of the most important, but I'm going to say the most, is having an equal give and take exchange energy, right? The Six of Pentacles is showing to people like receiving and giving, definitely an indication of your desire here to be in a connection, in a relationship where the other person is also invested. and there is truth in this connection. There is honesty in this relationship with the Ace of Swords. The Hermit here is an indication of you kind of really pausing, and as you can see, if you were to look from my perspective, it shows the Hermit like shedding light onto the Four of Wands, right? It's holding the lantern, it's illumination, it's one step at a time. The Hermit here, dear Capricorn, you're very smart. That's why I'm going to share this with you. If you watch my readings for a while, you definitely already know some of the definitions of the card. The Hermit is holding the lantern, right? And it makes sense that when you say there is a star in the lantern, by the way, right? So it can only illuminate so far. So there is only so far that you can go with this person, even if they come around and there is a decision and there is a conversation for you and this person to have a decision about marriage, right? Becoming a couple. So you're gonna definitely take your time, very Capricornian, very demure, very mindful, very cutie patootie, very professional before you proceed forward, okay? So in the near future, Hierophant, 10 of Wands, and the King of Cups, commitment. I think commitment and marriage is the big theme here for you in the month of November, dear Capricorn, where you and your person are gonna have an important conversation about. So the Hierophant here in the near future is clarified by the Five of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, and the Chariot. Whatever didn't work out in the past, like I said, this disappointment, this situation didn't turn out the way that you had anticipated. I feel like that in the near future, both of you are going to come out of this situation in a very, how do I put this in the best way possible? In a very emotionally stable way. Because the Five of Pentacles, it shows me that you both are going to acknowledge the fact that there is a lot of abandonment wounds. There is a lot of inner work and shadow work that needs to be done. Nobody can pretend that it's just all of a sudden, magically, the tarot cards are going to heal. The tarot cards are going to bring the person back. I always say person has to do the inner work within themselves. There is an internal work. There is something that a person, I'm sure you have gone through the Doctrine of the Soul. I'm sure there has been many lonely nights for you, Capricorn, where you had to shed off and let go of certain parts of yourself. So this is the moment when in the month of November, you and your person are recognizing that, both of us experienced abandonment wounds. Both of us maybe also grew up in a dysfunctional family, or maybe the previous relationships affected the way that we navigate in current relationship or in this relationship. So let's get out of it. Let's get out of it and move forward. With the Chariot here, that's a moving forward energy for you. And letting go of these burdens, the burdens from the past, the memories from the past, the things that would have like hold you down and hold you back, right? I think there is a lot of baggage from the past that you are acknowledging that you need to let go, and this person as well, because it's been heavy. The energy has been very heavy and you don't want to linger in that place. Clarified by the Three of Cups, the World, and the Ten of Swords. Exactly. The ultimate decision here for you and your person, it's very obvious here. The World is the last card in Major Arcana. And then there is the Three of Cups, Reconciliation, and the Ten of Swords. So I do see here, dear Capricorn, in the month of November, you and your person wanting to decide to close off a major cycle here, to close off and to be able to move forward. Because no longer you and this person are going to be talking about the past, the blame game, who did why, who ghosted who, why, what happened. There is a major cycle that's finally closing up, and that is what's going to follow after that is going to be this reconciliation with the Three of Cups, which is showing a celebration, and this is something that we also saw, right? I always come with the receipts at the bottom of the deck that when I was showing earlier in the reading. Okay, so let's talk about the King of Cups here in the near future. Definitely a lot of emotions, dear Capricorn, a lot of feelings. And in the month of November, because the Mercury is going to go retrograde, I think you are going to be doing the right thing by not rushing into it, but just taking the time one step at a time and moving very, very carefully. So the King of Cups is clarified by the Ten of Cups, the Six of Swords, and the Seven of Swords, and the Eight of Cups at the bottom. I think that, you remember when I said in the very beginning of this reading, Capricorn, I said, I'm seeing here the Seven of Swords, and it came out right here, the trust issues. You know what I'm saying? So for a lot of you, I feel like there has been a lot of questions that you had in your mind when it comes to the trust, when it comes to the validity and the solidity of this relationship. Is this person going to commit to me or not? You and your person are going to have an important conversation to move on, to clarify something, to finally close that gap with the Six of Swords and move on towards family, towards commitment here with the Ten of Cups. You ultimately see yourself settling down with this person. This is someone that could be either in the public's eye or you could be in the public's eye. There is definitely a strong desire here to like support one another, start a business together. And I do see here also, whoever you're dealing with, they need to be walking away from something that they have been holding on to. This is either a person or this is a story or this is something they've been really holding on to. It's the story of letting go. So you could be also letting go of certain things and a lot of, things that were holding you back for you to be able to be back with this person. So let's see what is the advice, Capricorn, for you. What is the advice? And then I'm going to pull an oracle card for you, which is, you're going to be the first one to have this oracle card used for you. I'm bringing it out today. So you have the Eight of Wands, the Four of Pentacles, and the Hermit, right? And then the King of Wands at the bottom of the deck, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. And you have the Wheel of Fortune again. So destiny, this is definitely a destined connection between you and this person. Even though you may feel like that you have been in the hermit mode, there has been a lot of silence, you haven't heard from this person. The advice for you here is, Capricorn, to remain open energetically, because there is definitely communication coming in towards your way with the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is the card of communication. It could first come across as either telepathically or energetically, but then it's going to translate into some sort of a physical communication between you and this person, okay? So that is the advice, is just to be open towards that. Now, what I'm going to do, Capricorn, for the first time, okay, I'm going to open up this animal. What is your animal guide? What is your animal spirit for the month of November? There might be an important message that you will need to hear for the next 1 or 2 minutes. Okay, so your animal spirit here is bear. So something, maybe the bear can have a very significant for a lot of you. And we're going to see, what does this mean for you for the month of November? What does the bear mean for my Capricorns? Bear with me. Bear with me, bear with me. Oh my gosh, I gotta find, hold on. Capricorn, I'm so sorry. So we're gonna find this, it's okay. Where the heck is the animal? I don't know. Deeper inside is the wild unknown. Where is the bear? Capricorn, I'm so sorry. I feel so bad. I gotta be better prepared for this. I feel so bad. I feel so bad, Capricorn. I'm so sorry. I will not do this again. I'm so sorry. I thought this was, oh, here. Okay. So sorry, Capricorn. It's not a whole book. It's just a chapter. So you have walking from spiritual slumber, beginning anew. So it says, after a long winter, the bear rises from deep slumber. At first, the movement and effort are difficult, but the bear knows it's time to awaken and move forward the dawning light. The bear card represents an individual on the cusp of new directions and personal transformation. The initial weeks and months of this spiritual quest may feel tricky, cumbersome, and full of obstacles, but you have no choice, bear. Winter wanes, the warmth of spring emerges, and your transformation begins. When in balance, inner strength, yearning to grow. When out of balance, withdrawal, lethargy. Heaviness to bring into balance, movement, exercise. So Capricorn, I think there is a reason why the bear came out for you. Even though where I am at right now, we're moving into winter, fall. We're actually in fall and then winter. But it's about waking up, right? It's a slumber. It's waking up from the past, speaking the truth, and it may feel difficult to first move back into this communication, into this connection, like the bear gets out of hibernation, the winter hibernation, but movement is what I see here happening for you in the month of November. So dear Capricorn, this is what I had for you. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for being here. I really hope that this reading helped you. Again, thank you for this contribution. Thank you for your presence, for being onto the channel. I see your comments. I really deeply appreciate you, and I'm sending you so much love and hugs, dear Capricorn. I will see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.